So far this year has been extremely wet and muddy. So much rain has happened. There hasn't been any sun, so first day of sun in a while. But I guess I'd rather have more rain than being it super dry. I've been working on our garden shed here for the past few months, just chipping away at it little by little. It's getting there. I'm almost done with it. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. I'll leave a link down below of the other videos I did and I show you how I made this. But the goal for today is to try to finish this. The sun's out, and so it's just a nice day to be outside. As I am building the shed, I am reminded about the first time I knew that I was going to build one. I remember 5 years ago, sitting in my office in California, wondering if we were to buy a small homestead, what would it need? At that time, I did not know if we were going to ever leave California or have a homestead. It was just a talk. It was just a beginning phase of talking about it. As I was sitting in my office, I used to think of different things that we would need, or maybe things that I would have to build, such as a greenhouse, such as chicken coop, or a chicken tractor, or a garden shed. And at that time I had no idea how to build these things. As I'm building this shed, I think that this shed is more than just a shed. It's more than just a garden shed. It represents a 5-year-old dream that finally happened. And when I first thought of what I would build on our homestead, I had no idea how that would happen. I really do feel if you really truly want something in life, if you're super passionate about it and you really want to do something, really want to make something happen. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure when, but I really do believe that it will happen. And because I'm not perfect and the boards are not perfectly straight, I have a few gaps in some spots that the top part is a little bit wider than the bottom part. And we're looking at about a 1-inch difference from the top to the bottom. To help with that, I'm going to take those two measurements and then rip one of these boards down so it's almost gonna look like a taper. All right, let me show you what we did here. We finished the shed. Actually, there's like literally 3 more pieces of wood that I still need to get to cover up these spots. So I'm 3 short. Never enough wood. First time doing a structure like this, and it's not perfect. I tried to keep it really minimal, simple, just bare bones, 3 walls. Nothing fancy, but I also wanted it to be sturdy, of course. And the goal for this shed is to house all our garden tools and everything we need for our garden. I know some local homesteaders that are in the area that they built something like this, so I would go over their place and just kind of pick their brain a little bit, ask questions. Hey, how'd you make this? Maybe take some pictures. So that's how I came up with this. I'm gonna be honest, when you have never built something like this, it can be kind of scary to think about. Like, man, it's scary to think about, like, to build something like this, even though how simple it is and it's just a garden shed. But if you've never built something like this, it can be super scary and really intimidating. But once you wrap your mind around it, on how it's going to work, see it in real life, maybe your neighbor had built one, maybe you see someone just pull over and ask questions about it. And hey, how'd you make this? You know, let me see how you joined this with that. And then once you wrap your mind around something like that, it is very simple to build. It makes it not so scary and not so intimidating. So the measurement of this building, at the tallest part is 8 feet tall. The widest part is 16 feet long, and the depth is 8 feet. I bought everything brand new. All the wood is brand new. Of all the lumber and everything it cost me to build this was about $700. But I will put a link down in the show notes of the other videos I did of this shed as I went through the process of slowly chipping away at it, slowly building it. I pretty much built this shed by myself, except for one day my dad was here and he helped me with the roof. But for the most part, everything else I did myself, and it can be done. This is something that I've dreamed about doing since my office days in California. Sitting in my office sketching up some ideas on how to build a garden shed that on a piece of land that I don't even have yet. But I appreciate you guys watching. My name is Jason from Sow the Land, and we'll see you guys next time.